Alright, so here we have the video for this week. So remember, we are working on double stops, right? So I think that's the actual name that they use for it. So what we have here, right, essentially is a scale. Well, what I'm gonna show you is a scale, right? And you can play this. You can do this on any major bar chord, right? So we have B flat, C, D, E, F sharp, right? G. So the idea here is to take the two notes here. So it's on the G and the B string, right? Get my sweater. So that's there. And you want to use the first finger. So there are only two positions that the double stops are played in, on the G and the B, right? On other strings, you can do it on other strings and it's different there. So right, that's on the B and the E. You can also do it there. I mean, you can pretty much do it anywhere, right? On any set of strings. But we're focusing on the G and the B because that's where the solo is played, right? Okay, so we are starting on the 3rd fret because it's on the B flat, right? So you take your first finger, and your first finger covers both the 3rd fret on the G and the B string, right? So we have, okay, and now if you want, you can use a pick, all right? But you have to be sure of not doing this. Did you hear that? That sounded horrible, right? So what happens is when you use a pick, you can use it because, you know, if you can use it, that means you have pretty good control. But I just don't like to use it just because, one, I like the feeling of my fingers better. I personally feel like I have more control when I have my thumb here, right? And I'm just because I know where my, you know, this is kind of like an anchor. And when you pick, you can kind of use your pinky, right? So it's kind of the same thing, but that way it's really easier if you just use your fingers. So use these two, right? So one finger on the G string, one finger on the B string, right? And what you want to do is, right? So that's the first position, is right there. The second position is with the middle finger and the ring finger, and they go, they can go 1 fret above, right? So and the ring finger goes on the 5th fret. The middle finger goes on the 3rd fret. And I already said on what strings they go on, I think. No, I didn't. Okay, so the middle finger goes on the B string. The ring finger goes on the G string, right? So we have. So those are the only two positions that the double stops are used on. Again, on just the G and the B string, right? All right. So whenever you're starting. And remember, the starting point is always whatever key you're in, and whatever key you're in, or whatever key you're in, and whatever key you're in will be the bar chord that is played, right? So here we have B flat. So we start here, right? You see the similarity there. So we're playing. Notes, just different finger, because this is the first, this is the beginning, right? So we go 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, right? And the way you know where, like, you know, how much, because you saw I played a wrong one. The way you know is you want to follow the G string, right? Because right there's a scale. So really what we're doing is, and then we're playing the harmony for it on the B string, right? So we have, and you know, the way you want to look at it is that you wouldn't play the same notes twice, right? So here we have that, then we have this. You slide up 2 frets. No, yeah, 2 frets. So, and then here, this is where it gets tricky, right? Because you know you have to go back to position 1, but you don't know if it's back here, if it's here, if it's here, or if it's here, right? It's here, but the reason for that is you already played those 2 notes there, so your finger's not gonna go, so it's not gonna go back, right? So we have, see how we played these notes here? So we're continuing, and we have to go here. You can also play it like that with the ring finger, right? So so we have 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. All right, and you know, like I said, you can do it anywhere. So C major. So practice that going up and down, and you know, try to. I want maybe focus on the C major. I know it's a bit difficult with the guitar, with whichever guitar. It's easy on electric guitars because they're made this way. See this right here, this curve. They're made so that you can go up here in the higher notes. You know, that's why most electric guitars have anywhere from 21 to 24 frets. Acoustic guitars really only have, I think, 15, maybe 15 to 18, depending on which one it is and depending on how big the frets are. Right, so I would like you to do the C major one. If you can't reach all the way up, then do the B flat major one. Right, it's just the C major one is a bit easier in terms of remembering which notes, because it's a really easy scale. Right, so you just know, again, Bach system. So you just know C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? With the B flat, it's a bit tricky because there's an E flat in there and obviously the B flat. So you have to really know, you know, the chromatic scale in order to know the B flat major scale very well, because you can call it D sharp or you can call it E flat, and that's where it gets tricky, right? The C major is all natural, doesn't have any sharps, doesn't have any flats, so that way. So like I said, yeah, it's easier if you know the C major. And what I would do is I would practice, because that's really the beginning of the solo is, right? So practice that on the C. If you can play it on the C, you can play it on the D. So there's no need to practice on the D major scale, right? So you can. Right, and of course, don't forget to keep practicing. Right, and then, okay, I will see you Saturday.